Hello everyone, Jace here from Lantern-Side Story, and we are back again with Slay the Spire. Today we will look more into the other characters and all the memes. If you're not familiar with the game, you might want to check out my previous video right here. Let's get started!
Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that alarm button.
Now if you're new to Slay the Spire, I recommend you to play Ironclad. He's very strong, has a bunch of good cards, and easy to learn. He is just OP. And here's what an average day of Ironclad looks like. There's the reason why he is called the Ironclad. Who else can reach 999 defense that easy? And Body Slam just completes the deck. But Ironclad is also full of meme values. Fans of Perfect Strike, shout out! Whoa! Fans of Searing Blade, shout out! Woo! These cards might not make its full value, but I did manage to climb some high ascension levels with them. Plus, it's just so fun to play this deck. But the craziest deck of all time is the Corruption Dead Branch deck. This deck's strength is way over the top. It's like a Gatling gun with 0-code skill cards as bullets, and Dead Branch is there to refill the bullets almost endlessly. Yes, this deck has some weaknesses, like running out of skill cards because of the bad RNG, but probably there will be no enemies left by then. The only other character who can compete for the crown of OP is the Watcher, the cleric who came to evaluate the Spire. She has 3 stances, the Calm, the Wrath, and the Divinity, and you have to convert to each stance at the right moment. This mechanism can be difficult to understand at first, but as you learn how to play her and understand how strong she is, it gets way easier. Just remember one thing, the Wrath stance is OP. The damage you receive will be doubled, but who cares if you can kill the enemies beforehand? You don't even have to pick many attack cards to survive the first act, like you had to do with the Silent or other characters, making the deck slim and compressed. Especially the value of Mental Fortress and Rushdown is just crazy. You can just go back and forth between the Wrath and the Calm, and it will pump the energy, draw cards, and give you defense. We call it Dance of Fire and Ice, and it is the easiest infinite cycle deck you can build in this game. The only problem of Watcher is that the Wrath package is so strong and easy to build that it makes other fun cards and Divinity stance almost obsolete. Still, seeing some crazy damage on your Expunger makes your deviation from the Wrath worth your effort. Now, here comes our meme lord, the Defect, who lives up to his name. His mechanism is unique, he is very powerful in Act 1 and does have some potential, but he does have a problem, the slow tempo. To maximize his potential, each fight he has to increase the orb slot, raise the focus, fill the slots with the orb, and by the time he unleashes his full potential, enemies have plenty of time to beat him half dead. And he has so many bad cards all around, and I had the hardest time climbing the ascension level with the Defect. Plus, he is the loneliest of all characters too. Ironclad has the Demon Friend, Silent has Great Friend, and Watcher has Diva Friend, but the lonely Defect had to play with his own echo. So sad. However, when the stars align, Defect will show you his true power.
Power overwhelming.
To be fair, he is a good character, but the release of the hidden boss lowered his rating quite a bit. Yes, the final act. After you beat the Act 3 with all the characters, you will unlock the option to reach the last act. Haha! Wait, how did you... The Corrupt Heart, the final boss of Slay the Spire. It is devastatingly strong, even without Ascension level. Defact's Frozen Orbs and Buffer is useless against the Beat of Death, and the slow tempo of Defact will be punished. Act 3 bosses are strong enough, especially the Annoying Gary, and the Spire's Shield and Spear is pure nonsense. But the Heart. You can beat Act 3 with some mediocre decks that are just barely good enough, but not this one. You need some crazy decks to fight it. Like what? The Infinite Grand Finale deck of the Silent, the Watcher's Dance of Ice and Fire, and the Ironclad being the Ironclad. What about the Defact? Don't worry, he has the Storm Heatsink Overflowing Power card deck, which has a crazy amount of tempo and the value. When I first saw this deck on YouTube, my mind was blown away. After beating the Corrupt Heart on the Ascension 20, your Slay the Spire journey has finally ended. Playing Slay the Spire was a fun and challenging experience, and Megacrit did a fine job of balancing between the randomness and skill-based gameplay. That is the charm of this game. I used to think that beating Slay the Spire is solely dependent on the mercy of luck. If you have some good relics, you win or you die. But after watching tons of Slay the Spire videos on YouTube for about a year, I actually learned how to play it. I learned the importance of deck compression, how to evaluate the card's value at the moment, how to measure the deck strength compared to the power of the elites, etc. When I came back to the Ascension run that I gave up midway, I climbed the Spire to the top with huge confidence and a good record. Except for you, Defact. Anyway, this is one of the few games that I felt that I got better, and that feeling was just so rewarding. And that's why I love this game. So if you happen to play this game, I wish you to have fun just like I did. Thank you so much for watching, but friends, I must be honest, I do need more support from you guys. More than 70% of you are watching my video without subscribing to the channel. We need more subscribers for this channel to operate. So please, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and press like, leave a comment, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel. Show me your support. Thank you again for watching, and I'll be seeing you next time.